रिकॉर्डिंग को पॉज कर दूंगा, ठीक से रिकॉर्डिंग तो बच्चे तो लाइन में हैं, एवरीवन इज what is this two more? What it is showing here? Two more. Chat. Reply किया कुछ. Click करते. Yes. Shreyas, can you help me? Look, as I said, we should try solving question, wherever it is possible. Look, what I can tell you is for all the question, it is not possible. And this is what we have to learn. And this is what I want to teach you, that can I solve this question without writing? And trust me, I assure you, that out of 100 people, 99 people, they will say that we have to write. But if you think in the right directions, there's all possibility which we can solve this question without writing. All right, I'll try going a bit slow. Try understanding what I'm saying. Look, actually, if you ask me, the process for this question is very simple. We have to sum the complete, officer part. Look, okay, I will just write down here, and let me just see. So basically what we have to do is we have to do this. We have to add 2000 plus 15,000 plus 17,000 plus 33,500. We have to add this. So we have to add complete officer column, complete clerk column, and then we have to take difference. This is what we have to do. All of you agree with this? Yes or no? All right. Now what I told you is I want to avoid writing. So how can I get the answer without writing? Now listen here carefully what I have done. Look, don't listen and try understanding what I'm saying. First thing is we have to take a difference. So first I should know which column is going to give me higher value. All of you agree with this? Just have a glance at the data. Officers and clerk. Look, easily you can make it out that clerk value is more than officer. Yes or no? Any doubt? No doubt. What I will do is I'll just start doing calculation in my mind from starting itself, because finally we have to take a difference. So what I will do is I'll taking difference, I'll start taking difference and I'll do calculation in my mind. Let us do together. First, if you see in Bangalore, clerk is 5,000 and officer is 2,000. So I take a difference. 5,000 minus 2,000 is 3,000. Agreed? Now 17 minus 15. So we are talking about another 2,000. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus another 2,500. You are getting it what I'm saying? I'm just doing difference in my mind rather than summing up using pen and pencil. I'm doing difference at looking at the values. Look here, 5,000 minus 2,000. I know it will be 3,000. 17,000 minus 15,000 will be 2,000. 19,500 minus 17,000 will be 2,500. 20,000 minus 3,500 will be 16,500. So this is what I will do, and I'll just show you. Look, this I'm going to do, and okay, I'll write down for your comfort. I'll write down, and I'll show you. This is what my calculation. I'm going to do it in my mind. All right. Look here. I'll do like this. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2.5 plus 16.5 plus I will take that 15,000 and 17,650. So I'll get somewhere 2,2650 plus 11,360 and 15,300. So I can add roughly 4,000 there, and 9,000 and 11,000, 2,000. Look, and I'm going to do this complete thing in my mind. Please understand, I'm going to do complete thing in my mind. So I know it is 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2.5, 6.5, 6.5 plus 16.5. Are you getting in what I'm saying? Now you add and see what answer you are getting. Just add. I'll give you 10 seconds. Just add and see what answer you are getting. Check it out. Here it will be 3,000. First one, it is 3,000, not 2,000. 5,000 minus 2,000 is 3,000. This is 3,000. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2.5 is 7.5. 17 plus 16.5. So 17 plus another 7. 17 plus 7 is 23. 23 plus 2 is 25.6. 25.6 plus 4. 25.6, I take 26, 26 plus 4 is 30, 30 plus 2 is 32. So I know it is 32. I look at the answer option. If you see, answer option is 29,000, 34,000, 32,690, 28,000. So I can mark my answer to this. Have you understood what I am saying? Yes or no? Any question, please tell me. Any question?
Sir, if they
Look,
give us
please
another
understand the
option.
process. Once you understand the process, things become very simple. We are not supposed to, waste our time in adding like 2,000, 15,000, 17,000, 3,500, 14,900. We should avoid this. Yes. Anyone has got any question for this?
Yeah, sir. What if
Yes,
they give
Aniket,
us
tell
two
me.
options?
Just
with
increase,
32,000?
Aniket, increase your volume so that you are audible.
Sir, what if they give us two options with 32,000? Like if they
Aniket,
give us
you are not
32,000.
audible, Aniket. I can't hear you.
Sir, what about now? Sir, what about now?
Okay, you do one thing, Aniket. You can write down the message. I'll just go through that. Anyone who has got any doubts? Yes, Amit. Viva, any doubt? No doubt. Good. But I have a doubt. I have one simple doubt for this question. Now, look, you should not agree for, whatever I tell you. You should learn. All right. Now, I will tell you what is the question which you should have asked me. The question which you should ask me is, sir, if suppose answer option is 32,690, that is one answer option. Another answer option is 32,100. Then can I use this method or not? Yes or no? You have understood what I'm saying now?
Yes, sir.
Look, this is why when we are solving question in data interpretation, what we have to do is always glance answer options, because that will give you a hint. That will tell you that, what exactly they want us to do. In some question, they want us to do complete calculation. I cannot do anything. I will do complete calculation. If answer options are very close, we have to do complete calculation. But if answer options are wide apart, if I have a liberty of 2,000, 3,000 points, I will go ahead and what I will do? I will basically go ahead and I will do assumption and I'll try solving those questions. All of you have understood what I'm saying? Look, Aniket, that is what I was explaining. I believe that is the question you're asking. That what would they give two options, which is 32,000. Look, Aniket, this is what I was explaining right now. I think okay, now it is clear, Aniket. Look, this is what, Aniket.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
All right. Look, this is what I said. This is what I was explaining right now. That when we are solving data interpretation question, we should always glance at the answer options. If you're not having glance at the answer options, you are closing your eyes and doing calculation, you are not solving data interpretation question, that means. So please be very careful. Look, these are very small things, but it will save a lot of time. Understood? Okay, let us just increase our speed. Let us go with question number 23rd. In Chennai, the number of clerks is approximately how much % more than that of officers? Go to Chennai data. Clerks is 11,000, officer is 9,000. Now look here, in this question, I don't need to do even calculation. I don't need to write it down. They're asking in Chennai, number of clerk is approximately how much % more than that of officers. Clerks, we are talking about 11,000, officer, we are talking about 9,000. So difference is 2,000. Yes. Now question is, should we have base 9,000 or 11,000? That is what your doubt has to be. Now, very clearly, if you see question, very clearly they're asking you, how much % more than that of officers? Last class, very clearly I specified told you, explained that the base value is the value with which they want us to compare. In this question, very clearly they're asking us to compare to that of officers. So that is why the base value is officers. So top part is 2,000, bottom part is 9,000. Now look, people who remember ratio, 1 by 9 is 11.11%. So 2 by 9 will be 22.22%. I don't need to do this calculation. And I don't need to write also this, because why we need to write? All this data is there in paper. I can just have a glance. I know that it has to be 2,000 to the base of 9,000 into 100. Yes, I believe it is very clear why base is 9,000. Anyone who has got a doubt here? Look here, base value is very important. Look, once again, they're asking us to compare in Chennai, they're asking us to compare clerk with officers. So I know we have 11,000 clerks and we have 9,000 officers. So top part is the difference, which is 2,000 divided by 9,000 into 100. That is how we'll calculate percentage. Look, this is how, this is our actual calculation. But as I said, I'm going to avoid this. I'm not going to do this calculation. I'm going to save my time. So basically this I have written for you. From examination point of view, I know, it has to be 2,000 to the base of 9,000. So it becomes 2 by 9. Already, if you see in ratios in last class, we have learned 1 by 9 will always give us 11.11%. 1 by 9, if you see 1 by 9 will always give us 11.11%. So 2 by 9 is 22.22%. I look at my answer option. We have 22%. We mark the answers and go ahead. Yes. Now question number 24. Which center has 300% more numbers of clerks as compared to those in Bangalore? Now look here. Once again, you have to understand. They are saying 300% more. So what does the word 300% more means? Basically, we are looking for 4 times. Is this point clear with all of you? When I'm saying that 300% more means basically we are talking about 4 times. Look, when I'm saying that I'm 100, my salary is 100% more than you. What does it mean? Basically, if your salary is 100, my is 200, means 2 times. Are you getting the point? So similarly, when they're asking the question, question is 300% more means x plus another 3x, so it becomes 4x. So basically, we are talking about 4 times. Now check it out with the data. We are talking about clerk as compared to those in Bangalore. Bangalore, how many clerks are there? 5,000. We are talking about 4 times. Means we are talking about 20,000 clerks. Check the clerk column and see where there is a 20,000. It is in Hyderabad. Is this clear? Any doubt?
Sir, can you explain it again?
Yes.
Can you explain it again?
Yes, I don't know why your people volume is not clear, but I have heard you want me to explain you once again. Look, first we have to understand the question. Question is, which center has 300% more numbers of clerks as compared to those in Bangalore? So we are talking about 300% more as compared to Bangalore. So in Bangalore, number of clerks is 5,000. 300% of 5,000 is another 15,000. 3 times. 300% is 3 times, which is 15,000. And we are talking about 15,000 more. So 5,000 plus another 15,000, which is 20,000. So I'll check for the column which is having 20,000, clerk. So which is there with the Hyderabad city. This is one way. What I have done is basically, since I'm a bit good with percentage, so and this is what I told you, this is what you people should do. When you are saying that 300% more, so basically your mind should say 4 times. Very simple data. If 300% more means 4 times. So 4 times of 5,000, because in Bangalore number of clerk is 5,000. So 4 times of 5,000 is 20,000. So I go with the data, check it out. Hyderabad has got 20,000. So I go ahead and mark as a Hyderabad. Have you understood this? Any doubt? All right. Last question. Which center has the highest number of candidates? Which center has got highest number of candidates? Once again, very interesting question. Can you solve this question once again without writing? Just use the method which we have used for the 22nd question. Look, we are taking time to solve this question, but learn. What I want you to do is I want you people to learn rather than look. Easier way is what you do is you just go ahead and do calculation, sum up Delhi, sum up Kolkata, Hyderabad, Mumbai. This you will be able to do. I don't have any doubt about it. You will do this, you will get your answer correct. There is no issues.
Sir, is it
My
Mumbai?
question is, can you solve this question once again without writing? Look,
Sir, is it Mumbai?
Yes. Arya?
Yeah, it's Mumbai, right?
You can solve without writing? Help. Chalo, tell me how you do that.
Sir, am I audible?
No.
Is it fine if I put in chat?
Okay. Rest of you, can you hear what Arya is saying? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You people can hear?
Yes, sir.
What Arya is saying? Okay, Arya, you explain. Let me see.
Okay, so the officer and clerk have the highest in total numbers, and
Just
17,000.
give me okay, you explain. Let me see if I can put earphone and if it is more audible. Just give me a moment.
Sir.
You explain.
Okay, so officer and clerk have the highest numbers in digits, And the Mumbai thing had 17,000, 19,500, which was much more than the other cities. And the difference in field officer, supervisor, and specialist wasn't that much. So I just considered the officer and clerk sum to be higher than the rest.
Increase. Yes, Arya. Hello, can you hear me, Arya? Okay, I'm audible to everyone? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now listen carefully
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Arya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now you're audible.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain
Okay.
again?
Yeah, so basically in Mumbai, I just took the officer and clerk columns because the others didn't make much of a difference in the total outcome. And the sum of the Mumbai officers and clerks seemed higher than the rest. So I just added those two and checked which would be the higher. Because 70 and all wouldn't have made much of a difference in the total outcome. So I just glanced through the columns and
Very
decided.
good. Very good. Look, this is what exactly we need to do. Just rather than once again, just using pencil and try solving, trying doing some, that is something which, 7th and 8th standard student will do. What is expected from you people is, before solving, just have a glance, just look, when you see Bangalore data and Delhi data, just let us do it together, look, Bangalore, we are talking about 2,000 officers, and Delhi, we are talking about 15,000 officers. Why I need to add Bangalore data now? Check it out. We are talking about 2,500, and in clerk column also, that here what I'll tell you what I do. Basically, I work on relative value. Okay? So listen carefully. So first, I will just compare Bangalore and Delhi. Bangalore is immediately removed without doing calculation. Now I have Delhi and Mumbai. I see Delhi and Mumbai data. Okay, Delhi, we are talking about 15,000, 17,000, 17,000, 19,500. Now, in Delhi and Mumbai, which is the one which is giving me more value. Look here, I will tell you. Just be careful about supervisor. Only the problematic part is supervisor. In supervisor, in Mumbai, we have 7,000, and in Delhi, we have 11,000. So difference is 4,000. I just need to cross-check that do we have any data which can compensate this 4,000. Now check it out. Delhi officer is 15,000, Mumbai is 17,000. So here we have 2,000 more data. Clerk is 17,000 and Mumbai is having 19,500. Another 2,500. Means overall we have 4,500 more. Yes. Now just check it out. 4,500 more we are talking about. Then here we are talking about 160 and are you getting it what I am saying? I'm just trying to take relative value and checking out which one is more. And then I'll keep on comparing two values without doing actual calculation. So if you see, we can easily make it out that, the Mumbai is the one which is having maximum. Only the confusing part has to be Mumbai and Delhi because they are a bit closer. Rest of them, they're nowhere close also. If you see, when you talk about Hyderabad, look here, I don't need to worry about Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, officers are 3,500, but Mumbai has got officers 17,000. That itself is a huge difference. Have you understood what I'm saying? Yes or no? Yes. What does it mean is, if you see literally this caselet you could have solved without writing. Once again, have a glance at all the questions and check it out. We could have solved this complete 5 questions without writing, provided you do ample amount of practice and you practice what I have told you. Simple calculation need to be practiced. Anyone who has got a doubt with these questions, please tell me, otherwise I'll proceed. Look, I will tell you what I have my intention very clear. My intention is very simple. These questions are simple. I'll try to teach you, or I'll try to help you out that wherever we can avoid calculation, we'll avoid it, and that is what we are going to learn. I'm not interested in your calculation because calculation is something which I'm pretty sure that you people will be you will be able to do. Now the next question which you should always ask is, if I do multiplication division, if I have not practiced, I will take maybe 1 minute. If I have practiced properly, I'll take 30 to 40 seconds. And that is what which is going to make difference. And this is why last class I was very particular, very specifically I told you, please practice basics calculation. No doubt? Good. Let us go with the next question. Question number 26 to 30. Do it fast. Question number 26 to 30, fast. Once again, easy question. Not much of a calculation. Question number 26 to 30. Now we will increase our speed. Okay? Please solve question number 26 to 30. Try doing it fast. And please don't look at my board, because I'm just trying to write down something so that we can do this question a bit fast. I'm just checking with one question. I think we have to just make some change with the answer option. Just give me a moment and I'll just tell you. For question number 28, change answer D to be 1998. Question number 28, answer D is 1998. There's some printing mistake, just make that change. And for question number 29, first answer is 112%. First answer is 112%. All right. Have you done with the question, all of you? Shreyas? Done with the question? You have to unmute yourself, Shreyas, and then talk.
1 minute, sir. I'll do it.
No, I thought you were sleeping.
No, sir. I'm doing it.
Ashwita, Pooja, Dhruv, please turn on your video. You should not sleep and you should not use calculator. Please don't use calculator, because if you use calculator, it's not good. All right, so people should not use calculator. Yes, Amit, you are laughing. You are not using calculator, na? Confirm. Okay, you want some more time or we can discuss? I'll give you another 2 minutes, then we can solve these questions. Vishal, turn on your video. And you know, when you are solving data interpretation question, people should enjoy. You know, you should not get tense solving data interpretation question. Trust me, you know, it is very useful. Just learn it once. It is very useful, you know. So if you're good with the data interpretation, it helps you a lot. So don't get tense. Try going through the data carefully. Try checking out what questions, you know, what calculation need to be done, you know. But before that, you know, as I said, most important thing is understanding the data. Okay, let us try doing it. Question number 26 to 30 we are doing. Production in lakhs tons of 6 companies. So data is given in the terms of lakh tons. I don't need to worry about, because at the end of the day, what I have to do is I have to add 5 zeros. Am I right? That is what lakh tons is. So for calculation, we don't need to use this data, but keep in mind, because if an answer option is asking us and they have given us in the terms of lakh, we'll use it. Okay. So production in lakhs tons of 6 companies over the given year. We have 6 companies. In fact, we have 5 companies, so that's fine. That is sufficient to solve the question. So let us go with question number 26. Question number 26 is very easy question. What is the difference between total production of company A and C for all the given years together? They are talking about difference between total production of companies A and C. We have to add company A for all the year and company C for all the year, and we have to take a difference. So we have to add 465, 396, 524, 630, 408, 650, and then company C 694, 528, 492, 575, 550, and 495. We have to add this. If you see, this is what I have done after adding. I have got this value. All right. So after adding, I have got these values, and then we have subtracted this. Now, I won't be able to use my first method here. Reason behind this is, because if you see values which we are talking about, we have 465, 396. So it becomes a bit difficult. All right. Any other thing which we can do? Let me see anyone who can help me to understand. Anything else which we can do? Yes. Let me see some intelligent guy. Anything? Think. Let us solve less question, but do it properly. Is there any way? Sometimes it works. I'll give you a hint. All right, listen carefully. Now, sometimes maybe I'll play with the unit place. You understood what I mean to say by playing unit place? Because I have 4 answer options. Out of 4 answer options, 1 has to be correct answer. And even if I'm able to get my unit place correct, I can look my answer option, I can mark it. Okay, how many of you have understood what I said? Yes, Arya, you have understood what I said?
I think so. I can
But
rule
sir,
out
that-
one. I think. Okay, I think I got it. I'm not sure though.
Okay, I'll tell you very simple logic. Okay, for A, just add unit place. Add unit place and let us try. Let us do some experiment and see. Okay? Add unit place, just unit place and see. If I add unit place, I'm getting 5. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 4 is 15. 15 plus 8 is 23. So last place is 3. Same place I'll try doing with C. Check it out. What is happening? So I know last digit is 3. Please understand. Last digit for A has to be 3. I go with C data. 4 plus 8, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 5, 19. And 19 plus 5 is how much? 24. So we have unit place of 4 and 3. So if I subtract 4 and 3, what I'll get? 1. Now you see answer option. All right. B and D is removed. Yes or no? Are you getting it what I'm saying? Yes, Arya.
Sir, could you just repeat that? I didn't get you.
Look, dear, this is something which I can't repeat again and again. This is magic.
Sir,
All right.
I-
And magic happen only once. I cannot do magic every time. Okay, what I did was basically look, as I said, we have to learn this. Sometime it will work, sometime it won't work. This unit place logic is not going to work in this question. All right. Reason why it is not working here is because I have 2 answer option where last, if you see unit place or last place, if I remove this lack data with me, if you see answer option A, I have 261. Answer option C, we have 331. Answer option B, we have 2619. And D, we have 339. So what I did was, if I add just A data, I'm getting last unit place to be 3. If I add C data, means I will tell you what addition I'm talking about. Just all of you look at the question. C, we have 394, so unit place is 4. 99.6, it is 528, so it is 8. So 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 5 is 19. 19 plus 0 is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. So I know my last place is 4. And in case of A, it is 3. So 4 minus 3 is what? 1. Understood? So I know, whatever answer option I have, 1 has to be there in the end. So based upon that data, if you see, B and D is removed immediately. But answer option A and C, if you see, we have 261 and we have 331. So 1 is there in both the cases. Are you getting it what I'm saying? So you know what, if my mind works and if I see answer option and I see last place is different for all of them, I can use this trick. You have understood what I'm saying? Are we there together, or things, you're not able to understand? It is bouncing. It is a bounce ball. Yes, Amit? Amit, you have understood?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Aniket,
Yes, sir, I got it.
Viva, drink water. You can drink water, no problem. You can drink water. Yes. You have understood?
So almost like I didn't get the I don't know where to use what, so I'm still getting confused.
Okay, look, first thing, what I want to tell all of you is, look, there are certain things which you have to practice. I can teach you trick. I can, just teach whatever I know. Trust me, I will teach you whatever I know, whatever goes in my mind, I will teach you. Because, by God grace, if you see, I'm good with numbers, I'm good with all these things. So, you have to practice. Look, when you practice, things will work for you. Things will come only with practice. All this magic, whatever I'm talking about, it is going to come with the practice. But I know I can show you way. This is what we people can do, from our experience. Look, if you see, we people have been taking classes from such a long time. So, this experience, has taught me, how I can manage to solve the question. And this is what you have to learn. Look, once you practice, your mind will start working. You don't need to worry. Right now, what my suggestion will be, take time. When you are solving all this data interpretation question, take time. It's not just important to get answers. Look, getting answers for all this question is very easy. There's nothing in these questions. It is just addition, subtraction, and multiplication. But, can you think and see that, is it possible that I can have a method, where I can reduce my calculation, where I can avoid calculation? And this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to teach you. Look, because if I go with the data, look, in this question, this trick is not going to work. But, that question where it will work. So I will tell you, here what we will do is, just we'll have a glance at the answer option always and check it out whether it's working on. Okay, very simple data. Just understand what I'm trying to. I'll just write it down, in a different way, and, let us understand. Look, let us assume there's some question, where I have to do this kind of, data. 3, 8, 5, 6, 7, 2 minus 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Should I subtract everything, or should I do this calculation? Is it required? Look, for people who have not practiced and people who don't know how to solve data interpretation, what they will do is they will do actual subtraction. But people who are intelligent and people who have practiced, what they will do is, this is what they will do. Just simple thing. They will do this calculation, 2 minus 1, 1. They will have a glance at the answer option. And they will see which answer option last digit is 1. Just they will see last digit to be 1, mark it. Now next question. There is a possibility that 2 answer can have same 1. Yes, unit place or last digit is 1. 7 minus 2 is 5. Then I go with the next data. So I'm getting 51 now. Have you understood? So same thing I can use for this question, for if you ask me question number 26 also, but here it won't work. Reason? Because I have 2 answer options where, I have 1 common. So in that case, I have to go to 10 place and it will be more time consuming. So what I will do is I will do actual calculation. Understood? Okay, let us go to the next question. So our answer is 3334 minus 3073, which is 261. So 261, and when we are talking about answers in lakhs, so we should have 5 zeros. That is why answer option is A. Question number 27, approximately what is the percentage rise and fall in total production of all the companies together from 1996 to 1997? Add the values of 1996. If you add the values of 1996, you're getting 3194, 1997, 2956. Yes. So the difference is this top part divided by 3194. Why it is 3194? Because they're asking approximately what is the percentage rise and fall in total production of companies together from 1996 to 1997. So we are talking about from 1996. That is why base value is 3194. Is this clear? And there's a decrease. All right. So there's a decrease of 7.5%. Reason? 3194 has become 2956. So if 3100 or 3200, look, other important thing is, if you see in this question, answer options, if you see, are wide apart. 4.5% rise, 6% rise, 3.5% fall, 7% fall, and 7.5% fall. Now, if you see two answer options are close together, 7% and 7.5%. This is why I don't do approximation. If at all, let us assume for time being, D answer is 9. Let us assume. The moment I see D answer option is 9%, then I will do approximation, because answer are not close. So what I will do is literally I'll make this value to be 3200 and I'll make maybe this value to be 3000. And I can do approximate calculation. So this is 200 more than this. Yes. So 200 more than this means if this is 10%, it has to be 320. Are you getting it what I'm doing? I will do rough calculation and mark the answer. But for this question, it won't work. Reason behind this is because we have answer option D and answer option E very close to each other. Okay? So you have to do actual calculation and mark it. Now let us go with question number 28. Question number 28 is, during which year is the percentage rise and fall from the previous year in the production of company E the highest? What I've done here is I have written E here, data C. It is 498 has become 551. I don't need to worry. Here 551 has become 412. Now this is decrease of 25%. And down 412 has become 580. Now look, you have to be just careful with this. This is increase of 25.7%. All right. And 518 has become 647. So there's an increase of 24.9%. Once again, I have to be good with the calculation. There's no way. So this is the answer. Maximum increase is 25.7. And this has happened for which year? 1998. So I'll mark that as an answer. And answer option D, which is 1998. Question number 29. Production of companies A and B together in 1997. So if you see A and B, I have done there here, A and B, this is what? So 1060. For 1998 data, we have written here, this is an easy question, we submit 994. So top part is, if you see 1060, this is 1060 by 994. In this question, if you see, I don't need to do calculation because I know this is 994 and this is 1060. So it has to be more than 100%. And if you see, there's only one answer option which is more than 100%, which is A. Understood? I have asked you to change the answer option for A to be 112%. Understood? So please don't waste your time in doing calculation, because I know this is 944 and this is 1060. So obviously it has to be more than 100%. Yes. Look here, it's very simple. If this is 4, if this is 4 and this is 3, so I know 4 and 3 means this value has to be more than 100%. So that is what I will do. I know it is more than 100%. Why I need to do calculation? Well, out of if you see all the answer options, 4 answer options are less than 100%. So one is more than 100%. I mark and go ahead. Question number 30. What is the difference between average production for the given years of the company B and E in lakhs? So if you sum up B, you'll get 2962. This is what we have done. 2962 divided by 6. I'll get 493. And then E 3236 divided by 6, you get 539. They're talking about, look, they're talking about average. So don't get, average means sum divided by number of years. So we are talking about 6. Okay? Any doubt? Please check it out and tell me if you have any doubt. Please go through these questions once again and tell me if you have any doubt. Look, you don't need to worry about the paper. Paper is easy. You can solve it. I'll give you time. You can do it as a homework, whatever questions I'm not able to solve. All right.
The 28 question.
When I come for the next class, you can ask me. There's no issues. Or you can, you can WhatsApp me. I'll be able to clarify your doubt. You don't need to wait for my, next class also. Yes, Amit, I think you have a doubt. Tell me.
So 28 question, I didn't understand.
28. Look, Amit, question number 28. What they're saying is, during which year is the percentage rise or fall from the previous year in the production of company E the highest? So first thing what we need to understand is we are dealing with company E. Am I right? Now if you see company E data in 1990, if you see this is company E data, the 1995 production is 498. Don't worry about the lakh unit because anyway it is fine for all of them. It is a lakh, so I don't need to worry. In 1996 it is 551. 1997 412. This is production. So they're asking from one particular year to next year, which year is having either maximum rise or fall. So what I have done is 498 is becoming 551. The reason why I have not done calculation is because looking itself, I know that hardly it will be 10%. And here this data itself shows me that there is a fall of nearly 25%. Look, this is 551. 551 has become 412. Am I right? 551. Look here. This is 1 minute. Just I'll change the color so that I can write once again. All right. Now, if you see here, 551 has become 412. So there's a decrease, but I don't need to worry about it because talking about either it can be increase or decrease. It doesn't matter. So what is the difference? 551 minus 412, if you see, and then you have to divide by 551, you'll get near about to 25%. Look, 551 and 412, how much you are getting? 12. If I subtract from 51, 50 minus 12 you do now, so it becomes 38. So literally 138 by 551. So nearly it is 1/4. So that is why there's a decrease of 25% from 1996 to 1997. Now from 1997 to 1998, 412 has become 518. Yes. So there's an increase of 106 to the base of 412, which is somewhere 25.7%. Now we have understood. We are talking about just increase or decrease. So from this year, 1996 to 1997, there's a decrease of 25%. From 1997 to 1998, 412 has become 518. This data is there in your question. 412 has become 518. So there's an increase of 25.7%. How I'm getting 25.7%? Difference. 518 minus 412 is 106. 106 divided by 412 into 100. If you do, you will get 25.7%. Similarly, 518 has become 647. So difference divided by 518, if you see, you do calculation, you will get 24.9%. So which year is having maximum increase or decrease? There is a decrease of 25% and there's an increase of 25.7%. So increase of 25.7% is more. That is why we are talking about 1998. Understood now?
Okay, sir.
Any other doubt? Please go through this question. Any doubt, please tell me. No doubt? All right. Now, let us go with bit calculating questions. Look, you should understand why I have done this, rather than talking about first question, why I jumped to question number, 21 and, started solving from there. Reason behind this was these are the questions where, where we were supposed to do less calculation, and we can do fast. Now, if you see, go with question number 1 to 5. These are the questions where you have, lot of calculation. But, it is an easy question, just it is a calculation based. So you don't need to get tensed. Try solving question number 1 to 5. And now these questions, I'll just clarify your doubt because it is a simple question. Please go through the question. If you have a doubt, you have to ask me. Don't hesitate. Even if it is a small doubt, silly doubt, it doesn't matter. Please ask me. All right, please start solving this question number 1 to 5 and try doing it fast. Now I won't write anything. You are going to write, you are going to tell me, and I'll clarify your doubts. So please solve. Okay, before you solve, as I said, always data interpretation, understand data, have a glance at the data, and then use common sense. All the questions, we can use common sense. Okay, I'll give you a hint. All of you just listen here before you start doing calculation. First, let us understand the question. Question is very simple. Percentage marks obtained by 7 students in 6 different subjects. So we have subject A, B, C, D, E, and F. We have students P, Q, R, S, T, V, and W. And it is percentage of marks scored. So if I go with subject A, out of 75, a person has scored 85%. So how many marks B has scored in subject A? 85% of 75. You understood what I said? Now look, what you need to understand here is, in first data, if I'm calculating 85% of 75, now you see interesting part. You see V data. V data, I'm going to calculate 86% of 75. Yes. So if I have already calculated 85% of 75, I need to add only 1%, which is easy. Are you getting it? Rather than doing 2 separate calculations, if I have already done 85%, I need to add another 1% and I can get 86%. All right. Now, similarly, if you see, I can go with a subject F and check it out. Subject F is also out of 75. Yes. So what I will do. This is what usually I do. What I will do. I'll try checking out the data. If suppose some data is matching, why I need to do calculation? If suppose subject P is also 85% of 75, and in subject F also there is some place where I have to calculate 85%. So I can just write down the values. Understood what I'm saying? Yes, Vibha, you have understood? Yes or no? So what I'm saying is we should not do same calculation at different places. If one place I have already done 85% and the other places where once again I'm supposed to do 85% of 75, I should just write down that value. This is what you have to do. So you have to look at the data carefully and then try solving. Please solve the questions and please do it fast. You know, this is a bit calculative question. And please don't get tense looking at this data. You know, this is this is extreme level of data. You know, if you see calculations or calculative questions, what you people can expect. And other important thing is please enjoy. You know, enjoy solving all this questions. Don't get tense. And keep on practicing what I've told you. All this, you know, look, last class, the reason for me to ask you to practice is just because of these kind of questions, so that your mind is properly tuned. You know, that when you see this kind of question, you don't hesitate while doing calculation. And you know, please don't do calculation for all the questions. Just you start solving questions. Whatever calculation is required, you do calculation. Calculation, you don't need to solve, do complete calculation. So question wise, you can start doing calculation. Have you done with these questions? Are still doing? Are still doing?
Oh, first one done, sir. No.
If I'm talking about first 5 questions, not first questions. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. You want some more time? Okay. Look, I told you, first thing you should understand, don't get tensed. Please don't get tense looking at the questions. Don't get tense looking at the data. It takes some time. All right, it will take some time. You'll be able to manage. Kirti. Aniket.
Sir, 2 minutes, sir.
Dhruv. Vishal, where are you? Viva, I think there was a doubt from you saying that what if there is a 600% more? Look, when you are talking about 600, Viva, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can just read your doubt. You know, there was a doubt raised by you, which, you know, you have asked that what if 600% more? Look, very simple, Viva. What does it mean 6% more is? Look, you know, as I said, you know what happened? If you just try thinking practically, you know, our life will be a bit easy. When I'm talking about 600% more means what? Basically, it becomes 7 times. 7 times. Whatever you have that plus another 600%. So x plus another 6x. So it becomes 7x. That's all. Understood now?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Look, all of you, please don't rush. Try understanding and try solving. Look, initially, you know, when we are trying to learn something, we should not rush. Go slow. Once you learn the process, once you become good with the calculation, all these questions become very easy. You don't need to worry about it. But as I said, you have to follow what I'm saying. Very simple thing. Every day you have to practice this basics calculations till the time you don't become good. And you have to spend only 10 minutes in the morning. That's all. Just write 10 questions and practice. Okay, let us check it out. Look, I will tell you the answers. And in case if you have a doubt, you tell me. I will solve that question for you. Only what you need to understand here in very simple language in this question, we have, you know, subject which is A to F, and we have students, and data has been given us in the terms of percentage. So I'll just explain you. For example, I'm taking one. Student P has scored 85% of 75. So P has scored 85% of 75, and this is subject A. So basically 85% means 85 by 100 into 75. This is what calculation you have to do. All right. Now, as I said, if I'm there, you know, I won't do this calculation. Anyone who can help me to solve this question without writing percentage? Let us see. Let me just do 1% calculation. So that will help you. So I have to do 85% of 75. How I can manage to do 85% of 75? Tell me. Anyone who can help me to find out 85% of 75? Look, it's very simple here. I know 85%
do
of
10%.
Sir, 8.5 into 75.
Can you do it in your mind? 8.5 into 75. Can you do it in your mind? You have to tell me where, you know, where we can solve this question without writing, because, you know, that is a process which we have to learn.
Sir,
Huh.
why are we doing 8.5 into 75?
Because I have just taken an example, to help you out to understand this question. If student P, his score is 85% in subject A. Just check it out, data. P, first row.
Yeah.
Subject A, total mark is 75.
Yeah.
And person has scored 85%.
Yeah.
85% of what? 85% of 75. So if I do 85% of 75, I'll come to know marks scored by P in subject A. So here, if you go with the usual method, this is what you people will do. 85 by 100 into 75. Yes, this is what you will do. But what I'm trying to tell you is that, look, last time we have learned ratio, remember? So basically what I know is, in my mind, I know 10% is 75. Sorry, 10% of 75 is 7.5. So 80% is multiplied by 8. So 7.5 into 8, 8 7s are 56 and 8 5s are 40. So this becomes 60. Yes, so 80% is 60, and I can do this in my mind. And if 10% is equivalent to 7.5, 5% should be half of this. Half of 7.5 is how much? 3.75.
That's
So-
what I said.
So it becomes 63.75. You understood what I have done?
Yes, sir.
You want me to do it once again, or you have understood?
I got it. It's fine.
All of you have understood, everyone? Look, this is how you have to do percentage calculation. Ashrita, you have understood?
Yes, sir.
How about Aniket and Vishal?
So, but you can also do 15 by 100 into 75 and then minus that and subtract that.
What we have to understand is, Aniket, is look, do whatever you want. Whatever you want to do, you do. Just we have to be careful about, just a small thing, that you should write as less as possible, and you should take least amount of time. Wherever is your comfort, go ahead and use that. But the question is, only the thing which I'm trying to tell you is, this is something which is not acceptable. In real-time situation, if I'm solving data interpretation question, this is not acceptable at any time. Apart from this, you do anything, you use any method, you use any approximation and try getting this value without writing. Most of the time.
Yes.
Look, next, this is what we have to do. If we are talking about 78% of 75. Now look here, very simple. If I'm talking about 78% of 75, already I have done a calculation where I know 80% is 60. And if 80% is 60, what is 1% of 75? Look here, 1% of 75 is 0.75. So 2% is 1.5. So 60 minus 1.5 is nothing but 58.5. This is what I will do. 78% is 58.5. I'll repeat it once again. Look, this is what we have to do. If I go with the Q, student Q has scored 78% in subject A out of 75. So 78% of 75, 78% of 75. Already we have done calculation 80%, and we know 80% represents 60. So from 60, I have to subtract another 2%, because 80% minus 2% will give me 78%. 1% of 75 is 0.75. You divide any number by, look here, 1 by 100 is always a 1%. You divide any number by 100, you get 1%. 75 divided by 100 is 0.75. So if 1% is 0.75, 2% is 1.5. So this is 1.5 and this is 60. I can subtract this and get my answer. You understood what I'm saying? Yes? All right. Let us check it out. Question number 1. Answer is C. 73.75. What is the total percentage marks R did secure in all the 6 subjects together? So we are talking about R in all the 6 subjects together. We have to find out the total marks scored divided by total marks. So if you have to, for R, we have to find out 66% of 75 plus 75% of 150 plus 79% of 100 plus 80% of 50 plus 72% of 150 plus 66% of 75. I get total marks. Once I get total marks, I have to divide it by, I first from this calculation I'll get marks scored, then I will divide it by total marks, I'll get my answer. So basically, if you see question number 1, your answer will be marks scored divided by total mark into 100. This is your answer, if you see. So finally, if you see, do this calculation, I think total marks scored, if you have done right calculation, is 442.5 by 600 into 100. Yes. So you do this calculation, you get 73.75. All of you understood now? Yes? Any doubt? Now, question number 2, answer option is B, B as in Bombay. What is the difference between the marks obtained by P in subjects B, D, and E together? This is an easy question. So we have to just find out the marks scored by P in the subject B, D, and E together, and T in the same subject. All right. So if you see the calculation which I have done is P mark which I'm getting is 102 plus 46 plus 133.5, and for T the marks which is scored is we are getting at 112.5 plus 34 plus 103.5. So if you sum up this, you are getting 133.5. You sum up T data, you are getting 250. No, I think we are, no, this is, sorry, this is 281. I'm so sorry. This is 281. 281.5. And this is 250. All right. I think once again, there's some problem with my stylus. Let me see what is the issue. You have understood? Any doubt?
Sir, better than the board, I mean the whiteboard, you could use the blackboard instead. Like we could see that.
No, you know, look, I don't want to write. I told you. You know, you can see blackboard, but I want to avoid writing. Okay. Any doubt with this question? Tell me. No doubt. We can go with the next question. Next question is question number 3. Now I'll tell you answer option. You have to tell me if you have a doubt. Otherwise, we won't be able to even discuss with the answers. All right. Question number 3, answer is A. Question number 4, answer is C. And question number 5, answer is D. Just check it out if you have any doubt. Question number 3, what they're saying is what is the average of marks obtained by all the students in subject B? We are talking about average of marks of all the students in subject B. Now look here, this is interesting. In subject B, if you see, subject B, we want average of the marks now. So, you know, if you see basically what, what happened is, here I don't need to do complete calculation individually. What I can do is basically, if you see, is I can, just take 68% plus 72% plus 75%, 62% plus 75% plus 80% plus 68%. I can add all of that and take off 150. So that becomes easy rather than doing individual calculation. Have you understood what I have said? I will add 68. Look here, because it is 68% of 150, 72% of 150, 75% of 150. So all this thing is off 150. So rather than doing individual calculation, what we can do is we can add all these things and then take off 150. So we can get our answer with, in easy way. Check it out with first 5 questions and tell me if you have doubt. Check it out.
So you'll add up all the percentages and then what will you do?
I'm sorry?
So after you add all of them up, what do you do?
So you add and tell me what is the total value you are getting, then I will tell you.
420.
You are getting 420. Pakka? Confirm?
Yes.
So 420%,
Yes.
420% of 150.
Oh,
420% of 150.
We'll get 750 marks.
Look, this is why you have to understand what, the values. You have to understand what is happening with the question. That is very important. Okay, all of you try solving question number 3. Let me solve this. I won't rush because as I said, all the questions are on the easier side. Whatever I'm not
So
able to
we'll get
solve,
750 marks.
you have understood.
Yes, we'll get 750 marks, the total marks.
750. All right, now
Yeah.
they're talking about average. So average means, look, your question is what is the average marks obtained by all the students in subject B up to 2 decimal place. So 750 divided by 7, because we are talking about 7 students. So 750 divided by 7, we are getting 107.14.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Understood?
Okay, yes, sir, understood.
Good. No doubt with first 5 question? Anyone who has got doubt, please tell me. Check it out once again. If you have doubt, you have to tell me. No doubts, you can solve question number 6 to 10. Question number 6 to 10. I believe all of you understood the data. Question is study the following table carefully and answer the questions that follow. Investment in crore rupees by 6 units of XYZ company from 1996 to 2001. So we are talking about 1996 and to 2001. These are the different years what we have. And 6 units of XYZ company. So there's a company XYZ and we have 6 units of them, A, B, C, D, E, F, and E and F, and investment which we are talking about. Correct? And investment value is in crores. This is the data which has been given to us. Now, if you see, first question is, in which year of the following years the investment of unit C was minimum percent of the investment of all the companies taken together in the same year? Question number 6, go through it. Let us see. Anyone who have solved this question? Okay, first you solve, then we will discuss. Solve question number 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is bit calculative question, plus you have to understand what is happening. First you solve, then I will explain you, because this is the one where you have to be a bit careful. Sometimes, you have to avoid questions, where a lot of calculations are there. Okay, well, let us read question number 6 together and see what they are asking us to do. Question number 6 is, in which of the following years the investment of unit C was minimum percent of the investment of all the companies taken together in the same year? Now in 1996, what is the total investment? 592. All of you agree with this? Just check it out with question. In year 1996, total data has been given. Complete investment in all the companies A, B, C, D, E, and F, sum is 592. Yes. Now, what is how much percent has been invested in C? Because we are dealing with only company C. For question number 1, it is only C. So we are talking about company C. Go with company C. It is 1996. Investment was 114 crore out of total 592 crore. So percentage wise, the investment in company C in 1996 is 114 divided by 592 into 100, which is giving me 19.25. Same way we have to do calculation for rest of the year. If you see, same way we have to do calculation for rest of the year. All right. This is what, so 1997 we will get 16.87. How I am getting value in 1997 is 1997, go to 1997, 812, company C is 137, yes? So 137 divided by 812 into 100. If you do this, I think you are going to get this. Same way you have to do calculation for 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001. And the one which is giving a least has to be our answer. So least is which one? 1594, which is 1999. This year has got least. All right, so this is the answer. Okay, all of you please go through this question number 1 and tell me whether you have understood this or not. Let us just forget about the calculation right now. Have you understood what need to be done with this question? Yes or no? Yes, Amit? Arya, you have understood? Girls, Viva, you have understood this? Yes, Viva, you have understood? You have to unmute yourself. Vishal, you have understood? Good. Look, as I said, you should not feel bad. You know, in asking question, you have to ask me. If you have not understood, you have to ask me. This we are dealing with the data interpretation, so we have to understand. Look, calculation is the secondary part. Primary part is you have to understand the question. In question number 6, very clear they are saying, in which of the following year the investment of unit C was minimum % of the investment of all the companies taken together in the same year. So if we talk about 1996, investment in company C is 114 crore out of total 592 crore. So what is the percentage which has been invested in company C? 140 divided by 592 into 100. In 1997, it is 137 which has been invested in company C. So 137 out of total 812. So percentage which has been invested in company C is 137 divided by 812 into 100. Have you understood now? So this is how this percentage you are getting. You have understood what I have done? Look, if you have doubt, please ask me. You have understood how I'm getting 16.70? Go with 1998. 138 divided by 826. If you do, 138 divided by 826 into 100. So you will get this value. So out of this, which one is the least? That is what they're asking us. So least out of this is year 1999, which is 15.94. Understood, all of you? Look, this handout, there's a lot of calculation. You don't need to get tense. Just practice. You'll be able to solve. Just practice. What you have to do is, once we are done with this classroom, you have a handout. Do all this question once again. Do this complete handout, 2 or 3 times in 2 or 3 different, you do it once. You do it after 3 days once again. After another 3 days, or 4 days, you do once in a, 2 times in a week, you do this handout. Trust me, you will be, become excellent with calculation. Your mind will be completely tuned with the difficult question, calculations. Rest of the data handout sheet will become very easy. Very easy. So you have to take some pain. Some pain need to be taken, to solve this question, so that your mind and you train yourself to do this kind of lengthy calculation. This is why this kind of handout has been done. So, all the questions in your CLAT paper, you won't get this kind of, complicated and, lengthy calculations. Okay? Let us go with question number 7. In the year 1997, the investment of which of the following unit is the maximum % of the investment during the given years? Have you understood this question or not? First, to tell me whether you have understood the question or not. Because first is understanding, then is calculation. Read once again and tell me.
Yes, sir.
What is the answer you are getting for this? Read question a bit slow. In the year 1997, so they are talking about year 1997, the investment of which of the following unit is maximum % of the investment during the given years. So remember, now this is bit, you have to be careful. They're talking about during the given years. So for A, your calculate for A, if you see, if I want to do for company A, okay, I'll just show you for company A. So if you see for company A, percentage is A when I talk about 1997, 135 crore out of total investment is 738 into 100. You understand? Okay, all of you, have you understood why 738? Because they are talking, look, you have to be careful. investment during the given years. So what are the given years? 1996 to 2001. Have you understood? And I don't need to do sum also, because very clearly they have mentioned this data is also given in the question. This data I need to just check it out. So value of A is 135 by 738 into 100, which is 17.8%. If I'm not wrong, if you see, this has to be 17.8. If you do this calculation, we'll get 7, because I've done this, so I'm getting 17.8. So similarly, if you do company B is 140. Go with company B, it is 140 divided by 824 into 100. So if you do company B, you are getting 16.99. For company C, go with company C, 1997, it is 137. You are getting it what I'm saying? So company C become 137 divided by 827 into 100. So company C, you're going to get 16.56. So you're understanding? So this is how the, okay, one important thing. Look, I won't waste my time doing calculation for company C, because I know company B will be more than C, because base is 824, here 827, top part is 140, 130. Okay, right now you do calculation. Let me not confuse you. So this is how you do with, you will go with a complete calculation. Question number D, if you see for for company D, you will do calculation, you will get 15.43, and similarly company C we have done, D we have done, E you have to do, check it out, E and F. Alright, E and F is not required because it's not there in the answer option. We have only answer A, F, C and B. So we can mark the answer to be A, which is 15.66. Understood? Yes or no? So question number 8. What is the increase percent in the investment unit D? This is easy. Question number, if you see 8, is what is the increase percent in the investment of unit D from 1996 to 1999? Go with D, 1996 to 1999. 1996, we are talking about 98 crore, and we are talking about 1999. 1999, we are talking about how many crore? 145 crore. They are talking about increase. So our answer become 145 minus 98 divided by base year, which is 98 into 100. So if you do this calculation, you get 47.95. I don't need to do actual calculation. I can mark the answer. Reason is 148 minus 98. What I'm going to get is I'm going to get 47 by 98. Looking itself, I know it has to be somewhere near about 50%. So I don't need to do actual calculation. I can just mark answers none of these. Answer option 8 is none of these. Question number 9. How much more or less is the investment by unit? If you see question number 9, let me just make it black. Question number 9. How much more or less is the investment by units A, B, and C in the year 1998 than the investment by the same 3 units in the year 1999? So we are talking about company A, B, C, and we are talking about which year? 1998, and then we are talking about 1999. So go with A, B, and C, 1998. So it is 125, 145, 145, and 138. All right. So if you sum this, you are going to get 408. Go with 1999, same company, 116, 148, and 136. So if you add this, you are going to get 400. So it is 8 crores. Yes, you have understood. Question number 9 is on the easier side. Yes, no problem with question number 9. Question number 9 is easy. Question number 8 is easy. We don't need to do much of calculation. Question number 10. What is the ratio between the total investment of unit A, B, and C in the year 1998? A, B, and C in 1998. Look here.
Sir,
Tell me.
so the 9th question, is it 8 crore more or less?
Can you come? Can you once again ask what you want to ask?
Sir, in question number 9, is it 8 crore more or less?
It has to be more now, because they are talking about how much more or less is the investment of the unit A, B, and C in 1998. We have to compare this 1998 data with 1999. So 1998 it is 408 crore, and in 1998 it is 400 crore. So this is more now. We have to compare 1998 with 1999. So that is why it is 8 crore more. If they want us, if they ask me with how many crores, 1999 is more or less than 1998. So if they're asking 1999 is more or less than 1998, in that case it will become 8 crore less. Understood? They're asking 1998 compared to 1999. So 1998 it is 408 crore. In 1999 sum is 400 crore. So this 408 and this. So this is 8 crore more than this. But if suppose, let us assume in a question they are talking about, okay, I'll just make a change in question. Listen carefully. How much more or less is the investment by the unit A, B, and C in the year 1999 more or less than 1998? In that case, it becomes 8 crore less. Understood now? Okay. Any doubt with this question, what we have solved, please go through this, because I think we won't be able to solve any other caselet. All the questions are more or less same. You have to do percentage calculation, addition, and subtraction. So this is what we have to do. Please go through the questions, what we have solved. And in case if you have doubt, you can ask me. Only my sincere suggestion is, don't get tense looking at the data, try understanding it, give some time, you will learn. Look, time is the most important thing. Problem with most of us is we don't want to spend time. We don't want to invest time. Okay, I believe, all of you have joined, this Telegram channel of ours. Yes or no? Have you people joined Telegram channels?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, no?
No, sir. No.
All right. Do one thing. You go to Telegram channel and you can add, CLAT tutor. I'll just tell you. It is C, L, A, and T. It is a capital letter. U, T, O, R. It will be small. I'll just write it down once again. Let me just remove this. Just, all of you can go ahead and join that, this is capital C, L, A, T, U, T, O, R. So there's a Telegram channel which we are running from by name CLAT Tutor. All right. So what people do is you can join this, CLAT Tutor, Telegram channel. What I do is usually whenever I get some good article, all right, I just go ahead and send you. I'll just post those articles. You can read those articles. All right. You can just go through those articles. It will be helpful. And other thing is, that please try reading as much as possible. You have to do a lot of reading. And in the same Telegram channel, if you see, I have, I don't remember yesterday or day before yesterday. Anyway, you just add, and get done. Just enroll yourself with Telegram channel. There's a very good, if you see, I have just put yesterday, I think. Let me just check it out. Give me a moment, No, it is today itself I have put. Read that, that father of 10,000 hours rule. There's an article, father of 10,000 hours rule. All right. This article I have put, just not for the sake of knowledge, just for the sake of, information, and I want to, I wanted to pass an information. Look, everything comes with the hard work. Nothing comes in this world free. And, it is a proved fact that, look, I'm not talking about CLAT exam or any, if you want to learn something, you have to put your effort, you have to put hours. Nothing comes, easy. If you want to learn, just study, put your effort. You people are free. There's nothing you can do. You are not going to go out of home. So just solve this handout. As I said, solve this handout 2 or 3 times in a week. You will become, just to get comfortable with calculation. That is the first thing which we have to learn in data interpretation. Become comfortable with calculation and try understanding data and then try solving it. All right. So all of you please join that, and as I said, if you have any doubt, anything, you can WhatsApp me. All right. With your doubts, I'll clarify your doubts. Otherwise, when I come for the next class, look, I'm going to take your data interpretation class. So whenever I come for DI class, you can ask me your doubt. I'll try carrying, those handouts, and see if possible I can answer your questions. Or as I said, I'm, available, in WhatsApp. You can always WhatsApp me your doubts. I can just help you out. Any question you can ask me. We have 3-4 more minutes. Any question which you have. Look, only the thing is, till the time you don't practice what I've taught you last class, percentage calculation, multiplication, division, all these things, we have to train our mind. That's all. You just train your mind, things will work for you. Data interpretation, it is a gift. 15 marks is a gift for you people. Trust me. Just become comfortable with values, numbers. You will be able to solve data interpretation questions. Any question you have, you can ask me, please. Just go through the questions, what we have done, check it out. Any doubts, anything?
Sir, can you put your number in the chat?
All right, you want my number? Wait, just a moment. I'll give you. I don't remember my WhatsApp number. I'll just give you. Just give me a moment. I used to avoid all these WhatsApps and other things initially. So, you can add this number 789250928. It's 789250928. And believe me, I have downloaded WhatsApp just to clarify your doubts. I don't go to all this chart channel and other things. So this particularly, this is there only for you people to clarify your doubts. All right. So make a best possible use of it. So whatever doubts, whenever you are solving any math question, data interpretation questions, anything, you can just send it to me. All right. And I'll just answer your questions. Don't worry. Any other questions you have? Anything which you want to ask? No questions. Just see that if people study, make sure that you work hard. All right. Read newspaper every day. Go through articles. Read as much as possible. All right. Look, if you work hard, your chances will increase. And I believe all of you are aware that seats in National Law School Bangalore has got increased. It has become 120 seats now. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today in
That is
newspaper.
also an added advantage. And if they are coming up with a 25% reservation, means you are talking about 1/4 of 120 seats. Means it becomes 30 seats. What more you want? If you are not able to get in 30 seats, trust me, it is easier to get in National Law School Bangalore now as compared to Hyderabad. Just because of reservations, domicile reservation. But it won't come free. So see that you work hard, put as many hours as possible and read the article, that 10,000 hours. I'm not asking you to put 10,000 hours. You won't be able to do that. All right. But what I'm asking you to do is at least every day right now, make sure that you put 4-5 hours minimum. This is a good time. You people are free. You don't have anything else to do. Just spend 4-5 hours, on CLAT, finish everything, read as much as possible. Okay? Thank you very much. We'll wind up. In case if you have doubt, as I said, you can WhatsApp me, or when I meet for next class, you can ask me your doubt. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye.